All right, good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I am here with Corey.
Hi.
We are live yet again, and we wanted to stop back in this live stream, not only to chat with you, answer your questions, your concerns, to be here for you like we always are, all the time. So which, by the way, since this is live, and if you are watching this live with us right now, make sure to leave a comment down below in the chat box. If you have any questions, things like that, make sure to leave those down below. Corey is here. She has her phone, and she's watching live, so she'll make sure to get those in, and she'll get to as many as she possibly can. But in this video, we do want to specifically talk about your fixed income benefits. Do you want to guess which ones I'm talking about? The ones that I talk about literally every single day in thousands and thousands of videos over the last couple of years, which is Social Security and, you know, the whole list, right? SSDI, retirement, survivors, SSI, VA, RRB, spousal benefits. Yeah, the list goes on and on, right? So well over 71 million beneficiaries who do receive these, and that's what we want to talk about here in this video. First off, let's see, is anybody here? Are we talking to ourselves today?
We have 269 people here right
now.
now.
Wow, thank you, everybody. That's awesome. Great. Thanks to have you here.
Should I do a couple of shout-outs quick?
Yeah, let's do it.
Mike Farmer,
Nice.
Joe Congilio,
Yeah.
Jacqueline Banks, Leah Ketchum, Lisa Brooks, Lorraine Padilla, Terry Williams. Oh no, here we go. Sorry, I got an ad. I'm like watching this and now I'm like stuck. So okay, I gotta figure out how to get out of this thing. Okay, there we go. Sorry guys. That's
a lot of familiar names, by the way. I love it. Yeah, this is great.
Terry Williams, Georgina Johnson, Joe Westphal, Anna Ledoux, Philana Evans, Wicked Witchy, Evett Bell, MTKB PM 9393,
Nice.
Jacqueline Banks, Laura Soriano, Lareco Perez, Linda Cox, Joe Anders, Kathy DeMio, Ruby Robinson, Reeser K, The Evolution of Me, Jim H, Mike H. Corian, Leslie Wessel, Naveen Vickers, Robin Crum, Rosie Arthur, JDM5, Gorgeous, Carmen Wingate, Beverly Young, Noreen Grant, Shirley Smith, Brianna Shapley. So there's some shout outs for you guys.
As Corey was reading through the chat there, I thought it would be kind of funny is if all of you left a comment like at the same time and just give her a run for her money, right? Have her read all the names.
I know.
Kind of funny because I thought, wait, there's 200-some people, 269 people. I think you said. I thought if everybody left a comment, she'd have to read everybody's name. I love it.
Yeah, it's great. I'm trying to kind of also do a little bit of commenting back and forth in the chat too, if I can.
That's great.
But if you guys leave a comment, I will answer it, or Matt will answer it.
We'll do
I'll
our
read
best. No promises. She'll do her best. The chat box usually moves pretty fast.
Yeah, so I'll do what I can. If your chat, I'm struggling. If your question isn't getting seen by me, if I'm not telling it to Matt, just kind of keep writing it, because then I will eventually see it, hopefully.
Yeah. The nice thing about live streams, no editing.
I know. It's like I can't think of what it's called when you leave a comment.
That video that I made for you this morning, it took me a lot of takes, like 12 takes to get that video. I was just sitting here struggling. It took me like 2 hours. Oh, that happens sometimes. It's not all that often, but sometimes I sit here forever trying to get a video done, and it's like I can't talk. The words like don't come out. So anyway, quick little side note. The nice thing about recording videos, though, is I can just delete it and then just start over, which I don't love doing, but it happens sometimes. Anyway, so in this video, we do want to talk about your fixed income benefit. And again, I know those of you here in the community, a lot of you are receiving some type of fixed income benefit. Now, you probably saw the list in the title of the video. And again, you know, that's just kind of the list that I typically write in the titles, but it's basically all encompassing for those of you receiving benefits from Social Security, right? So anyway, I've seen some comments, some concerns, people coming in and asking me, wait, so here we go again, right? We went through this a little over a month ago, and here we are yet again in a matter of about 2 weeks. We're going to be going through this again. What am I talking about? Well, that's what I want to focus on here in this video, because this is something that causes a lot of concerns for fixed income beneficiaries, and I want to give you some basically just relief on this. I want to alleviate the concerns and let you know what's going on here. So what's going on in 2 weeks is the government shutdown. Yeah, exactly, right? Remember we went through this all at the end of September? Well, guess what? Here it comes again. In just 2 weeks, we're going through the same exact thing that we did in the end of September because they did not come together on a long-term solution, but rather all they did is they kicked the can down the road 45 days, which happens to be coming up in 2 weeks from now. And then again, we're going to be dealing with all this one more time. So the concern that I want to talk about is I see this question coming in a ton, and over the last couple of days, I received a couple emails, not a ton so far, but as we get closer and closer, the emails will start rolling in. But people reach out to me and say, all right, here we go again. Does this mean my benefits are at risk? It's a great question. So that's what I want to answer for you here in this question. And again, hopefully we can all sleep a little bit easier this weekend after we get this information that I do want to share with you here in the video. So anyway, that's what I want to focus on really quickly. Questions, concerns, anything like that really fast?
No.
Otherwise, I'm going to go off on a rant here.
Keep going.
All right, here we go. All right, so here's what it comes down to. When it comes down to your benefit and a potential government shutdown, if there happens to be a shutdown, I want to say this much. Don't worry about it, okay? The reason that I say that is they are obligated and they must continue paying your benefit regardless of what happens. If the government goes into a shutdown, there will be some things, some services that will be limited and or stopped, different things like that, but there are essential services out there, and one of them is paying benefits to beneficiaries. They must do it. It is the law. They have to continue paying you, okay? So even remember back earlier this year, I believe it was in like May, June, something like that. Yeah, it was in May. We were going through all the drama. In June, they came together and they passed the debt ceiling deal. Remember that? Leading up to that, there was tons of drama coming in about that, like, oh, benefits are going to be ending. Even high-profile people. Now, as badly as I want to point out some names here of high-profile people that were saying, oh, look out, benefits are going to be ending, as badly as I want to say their names right now, I'm not going to, okay? But you kind of know who I'm talking about. They're very well-known people. We've heard about them before. You know who they are, okay? But my point is, by the way, they're not anybody here on YouTube. It's the people like, you know, high profile, like, you know, those types of people. Anyway, coming out saying, oh, if we don't get something done, benefits will be ending. No, they won't. There's a law in place that says they must continue to pay you, okay? So if the government goes into a shutdown, I'm just going to say this much. Who cares? Seriously, that's their problem. It will not affect you and your monthly benefit whatsoever. Things that will be affected will be non-essential services like federal parks and things like this, like national parks, things like that. And again, the list goes on, but that's just something that comes to mind where services will be limited. Now, maybe some services like Social Security customer service may be limited as well. Field offices, as in the offices in your local neighborhoods, those may also be impacted a little bit as well. But when it comes down to your benefit loaded onto or depositing into your bank account or onto your Direct Express card, your debit card, wherever it goes, don't worry about it. It'll still arrive. That's what's awesome about it. So I just wanted to bring you that information there and help you kind of alleviate some of the concerns. I get this every year when we come down to this, the whole like debt ceiling deal like we did a couple years ago, again earlier this year, the whole government shutdown thing. Doesn't matter what happens, they must continue to pay you. Even in the event of a shutdown or a default like we were about to go through earlier this year with the debt ceiling deal, even in the event of that, they must continue paying until the trust fund is drawn down, okay? That's a lot of money, which, by the way, the trust fund has about $2.7 trillion in it as of right now. It's going to take a long time to draw that down, which, by the way, they pay out about $100 billion in Social Security benefits every single month, okay? So at that pace, it's going to take, what is that, 2 years and 2 years and 3 months at that pace to draw down the total trust fund, okay? We would need to be going through a lot of stuff for 2 years and 3 months in order to draw the trust down completely, okay? It's not happening. If that's the case, if we're going through that much stuff for 2 years, I'm going to tell you this much. We're going to have much bigger problems on our hands. Not happening right now, though, okay? So anyway, it's a major concern that I get all the time. Just want to throw it down here in this video and let you know that you're good. You'll still get paid, okay? I've seen this question coming in a lot as of recently. Many people reaching out saying, oh, here we go again. Are we going to get paid? I'm concerned about my benefit. I rely on it. Will we continue to get paid? Yes. Yes, you will. Checks will still arrive, okay? So anyway, concerns now?
Yes, I'm going to do a question from Jacqueline Banks.
Okay, Jacqueline.
And Jacqueline, you're writing in the comments, so just keep writing if I'm not getting this right. So my question is, how are you and your wife, if they're on SSI, if you can't be married? I don't think I think she's saying you like collectively, not necessarily us specifically.
Yeah.
So how can you,
I'm not understanding the question.
I want you to repeat the question. So I'm bringing it up because I want you to repeat the question. I'm going to do some shout outs and you just write in that.
Yeah.
Maybe write it a little differently so that I understand a little bit more clearly. Okay. Let's see here. Stephen Allen, Anna Ledoux, Deborah Anderson, Kimberly Hopkins, Michael Scholian, Mary Gulsby, Spooky Fow, Rich Schledden, Ruby Robinson, Mike Aldridge, Reeser K, Joshua Peters, John McNary, Agnes Johnson, Ronald Hoffmeister, Debbie Carson, Linda Cox, William Leidick, Salvador Bonfiglio, Linda Provencher, Debbie Carson, Pamela Rogel. Nice. Okay, let's see here.
Great. Thanks, everybody.
Okay, I'm going to just keep waiting and see if she responds to that. Let's see here.
Other questions, concerns?
Yeah, Mike Farmer. Are the $200 going up on SSDI in 2024? People need help to pay bills and get food, and it's going up all the time. Life is so crazy. It's not letting good people in the USA.
Yeah, that's a great question. That's Mike.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a really good question, Mike. So here's the deal. As of right now, there's no plans to implement that as of now, okay? However, I just want to throw this out there. I'm not promising anything because I have no clue what's going to happen in 2024. And let's be real, they don't have an idea either. If they had any clue what's going on, they would get things done, but they are literally clueless, okay? When I say they, I mean like lawmakers, people like that. But so here's what's going on. As of right now, no, the $200 is not on the books yet, but it is this piece of legislation that's out there. Bernie Sanders and his buddies in the Senate, they are still, they have this thing out there. They've talked to the president. They've had private meetings about it. Bernie Sanders still talks about it every so often. He doesn't bring it up a ton, but I know for a fact it'll come up in 2024. Why? It is a very important issue, and we know that the next administration must do something about Social Security. So as a result of that, I guarantee you, Bernie's going to be pounding the table on this thing in 2024. Just wait and see on this. But Mike, as of right now, no, the $200 is not scheduled to be added yet, but we'll have to see what happens here. It's going to be busy. I know that much. I know I say that all the time, but seriously, it's going to be crazy, okay? So, yeah.
Okay. This is a question that's interesting. I'm going to ask it. I'm going to kind of word it, I think, to help whatever. We'll see. Spooky Fowl wants to know. Mm-hmm. Let's see here. I'm just going to say this a little differently just so that okay. Trying to get on SSDI. Mm-hmm. What do you think that he should how does he get the ball rolling with this doctor?
Oh my. Okay, so you're in the very early stages, it sounds like, to get
He just didn't know it existed. Essentially.
Didn't know about SSDI
benefits? They said SSI, but I think maybe they mean SSDI because they're talking about they're going to their doctor.
Well, SSI too.
Or
depends.
SSI. Basically, I had no idea SSI existed all these years, suffering in silence. What should I ask him to get the ball rolling?
Basically a diagnosis. That's basically what it comes down to. So if you go to your doctor, I mean, seriously, I guess I'm not sure if you're talking about SSI or SSDI, but realistically, it's all kind of one and the same. So it's not the same thing. Just to clarify, SSDI and SSI are not the same thing, but they are also very similar. But here's what it comes down to. So SSDI is basically for
SSI specifically. They want to know.
Oh, okay. So I won't even talk about that then. Okay. SSI. So SSI, kind of the same thing as basically what it would be for SSDI. Essentially, you need to have some kind of diagnosis, right? So if you're under the age of 65 and you're trying to get SSI, you need to have some kind of diagnosis of a disability, okay? So in that case, the first thing you'd want to say to your doctor is, hey, whatever is going on, I would say just have that conversation and, try to get some kind of official diagnosis. That would be step one. Without an official diagnosis of something, I think it's going to be really hard, okay? Unless you are over the age of 65, then it's a different story, okay? So, but people under the age of 65 can get SSI if they have limited income, limited resources, and there is a disability or blindness, okay? So that is what SSI is for. Or people that are over the age of 65, they do not necessarily need to have a disability, but with low income, limited resources, things like that, and maybe have no Social Security history, as in they haven't paid in through Social Security payroll taxes, things like that. That is what SSI is for. So first thing I guess I would do, go to the doctor if you have a diagnosable I don't know, what's the right word? Disability, something like that. I guess that would be the
situation.
First thing that I would talk about. So I hope that kind of helps a little bit. But yeah, that's the first conversation I would certainly have.
Okay. I'm going to go back to Jacqueline Banks.
Okay.
She says, please, I want to know, did you get on SSI even though you were married? She said, because I'm aware we cannot get married on SSI. So I think her question
Talking to me directly?
I don't think that it's you directly. I think
Okay.
it's just I think she's saying you, but she means like...
Yeah, okay, so yeah, there is the marriage penalty with SSI. You can be married and get SSI. There are penalties to do that, which is why some people, who are eligible for SSI say, hey, I'm not getting married because why would I? I'm going to be penalized if I do. So in my case, if you're wondering about me personally, I don't get SSI. I'm an SSDI person. I get SSDI, okay? So that's the case. And yes, we are married. That's the case, okay? So no, SSI for me, I don't have that. SSDI, Social Security Disability. So you might be wondering, wait, why? I'm blind, okay? So that's why. And you might, another quick question. We saw this a ton. A lot of people have reached out and said, how are you reading? How are you doing all this stuff? Like, by the way, I have this letter here we showed you in the last, what's it called?
Live stream.
Live stream. It's like I couldn't think of the name of it. Anyway, I wrote this letter, and people are like, hey, how do you type and how do you do all this stuff? I'm pretty proficient with typing. I can't see what I'm typing. I literally just type a bunch of stuff, and then I know there's typos, and then I call Corey in, and I'm like, hey, can you proofread this? Can you edit it? And she goes through the document, and she basically changes all the mistakes that I've made in it. But I would say they're, what do you think, 95% accurate?
It's just honestly like if I did it, there'd just be, there's like things that kind of come up that, I don't know, it just isn't a big deal.
I mess up a little bit. There's words that are typos, stuff like that. If I make a mistake, I usually hit the space bar like 2 or 3 times to kind of indicate, hey, made a mistake right there. I'm going to keep rolling here, and keep typing.
Yeah, but like the difference is that he can't go back and change it because he can't see where that mistake is because he does not have like voiceover on his computer. He just has like a regular computer that he doesn't have like anything activated on. So that's kind of how that works. Yeah.
And as far as like right now, I'm not reading anything. There's literally a ring light with a camera in it. There's no teleprompter. I know a lot of people say, you're reading from a teleprompter. No teleprompter here. I wish I could. Honestly, I really do sometimes. So it would make my life a lot easier. I can tell you that much. This morning when I was banging out all these videos and nothing was working, 12 takes later, I can tell you this much. A teleprompter would have been really nice today. It would save me a lot of time, but I don't have one. There's literally a ring light and a camera. That's it. So anyway, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see here.
I can't tell you how many hours I've sat right here trying to make videos and just like blowing it time after time after time. I can't even tell you. For every one video that I make, there's probably 4 to 6 takes that I throw away, that I delete, okay? So, I mean, there's a lot of videos. There's a lot of time that I sit here and just like talk and nothing happens. Doesn't work. So.
Yeah, so like numbers videos where he's like pumping out all these like numbers and dates and all these things, and it's like he doesn't have anything to go off of except that he remembers what he's like got a good memory. But he can't like have notes and stuff, so that makes it really tricky.
Yeah, I memorize everything. So I rehearse a ton. Just to give you a little side note of how I do it, I rehearse. So before I start filming a video, I sit here for probably 20, 30 minutes rehearsing over and over and over. And then I push record and I'm like, wait, I forgot what to say. That happens all the time too.
So the deal is, I just want to kind of circle back really quick. There's a few different comments like you can't get married if you're an SSDI or SSI. You can get married. It just, there might be a penalty you incur. Yeah. Or you maybe cumulatively would like make too much money to qualify, but you can get married. It just affects your benefits.
Yeah.
So just like, I just feel like there should be like a tiny bit of clarity. If you want to get married, you can, but it would affect your benefits potentially depending on your situation. Correct?
Yeah, it would certainly affect benefits in a big way, and
depending on your situation.
Yeah, depending on your situation. In some instances as well, somebody may even just completely lose SSI if they were to get married. So that's kind of why you hear that all the time. Is people say, "I'm not getting married. I'm going to lose my benefit, or I'm going to lose money, or my benefits will be garnished, or whatever." So yeah, that's kind of what's out there. But yeah, the whole marriage penalty thing, that's out there too as well. And hopefully they'll get that removed at some point sooner than later. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I just wanted to, I don't know, say let's see concerns. People are really just so nice.
Okay. Yeah, we know that. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, we know that.
The messages are always so nice.
Just so nice.
So kind, yeah.
So I'm just trying to kind of get some questions here.
Well, good. I hope I clarified that as far as the government shutdown thing. I know I've talked about that a number of times, but seriously, for the number of times that I get that question, I just feel like it's worth it to talk about it, to throw it down, especially earlier this year when we were dealing with the debt ceiling thing. There were so many people that were concerned because, like I said earlier, there were high-profile people coming out saying, look out, benefits are going to be ending. And I kept coming back and saying, no, they're not. There's a law. They have to continue paying. So why they were doing that? Well, obviously, we know why people like that say stuff, because they get the whole crowd riled up and saying, look, the other party's doing stuff, right? So anyway, I don't want to turn this into a political thing. I'm just simply saying, they play games, but that's what it comes down to. So don't worry about your benefit. You'll still get paid. So that's awesome.
Okay, quick. Ray Riddle said you can get married, just not report it. I would definitely not do.
Yeah.
Would do what's right for you, I guess.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't. We couldn't recommend that.
No, definitely not.
I would say
definitely would not
advise that. Lavinia Dickerson wants to know: can you give macular degeneration to somebody?
No, it's not contagious.
I don't think that's how it works.
It's not contagious, so no.
No, just.
I mean, by the way, I'm not a doctor.
No, we're not a doctor. We can't give medical advice, but I'm pretty sure I know the answer to that.
Yeah, no, that's not contagious.
Okay. Is the new COLA for John Beckham wants to know: is the new COLA for SSA now 20%?
No, so that's really interesting. I'm assuming you saw that video from earlier. If not, I would highly recommend going back and watching it. But really what it's saying in there, and I even showed the article in which I pulled it from, because sometimes I have people reach out to me and say, hey, can you show us the article? You got this? So anyway, yes, in that video I showed you the article. Basically what they're saying is, hey, they haven't been giving us the real COLAs over the last several years here, which obviously we all know this is no shock at all. But as a result of that, the article is basically saying because they didn't accurately account for different expenses like fuel and food and all kinds of things like this, that the COLA really should be 20%. So check out that video from earlier if you didn't see it yet. It's pretty interesting stuff, and you'll see the article right there in the video. Yeah.
William Bagshaw wants to know what are the requirements for getting special minimum amount? Do you know that?
I would probably have to look into that. I'm not sure exactly. I mean, what kind of benefit are you talking about? Are you talking about like retirement or SSD? You know what I mean? So SSI, stuff like that. So let me look into that further. Also, if you want to specify, but yeah, good question. Oh, by the way, let me throw this out there really quickly. So one of the things that the president wants to do is raise the minimum benefit up to 125% of the federal poverty line. So that would be whatever the federal poverty line is now. It's like $14,580 is what the federal poverty line is. So 125% of that. So it's like, I don't know, quite a bit, right? So that's one of the things. Obviously, that has not been passed yet, but that's another thing that the president wants to do. So in the plan that was never enacted quite yet. So who knows? We'll see, but yeah.
Okay. I'm going to can I just do some shout outs maybe?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do some shout outs.
Okay.
Vicky Gillespie, Jacqueline Banks, Robert Jernigan, Edward Castillo, George Senda, Norfolk Southern Pokey District, Patty Lowry, Viv Tag Sr., William Bagshaw, John Beckham, Debbie Carson, Jerry Miller SR Sr., Terry Gagnon, Jim, Domingo Barajas, Gabby, William Bagshaw, I might be saying some people's names twice, Leslie Wessel, She Big But Cute, love that.
Nice.
I love that.
That's cool.
Pokemon Legends, Akiris REI, Ray Riddle, Frank Matty, Mike Aldridge, okay, those are some good ones.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys are writing such nice comments, and I really do appreciate it. Margie Jones, Salvador Bonifiglio, Patrick Hennepin.
Nice. Yeah, thank
you.
You
guys, this is just great.
So many nice comments. I read through a lot of comments on the videos, and there's always so many nice comments. I try to respond to as many as I can. In fact, yesterday and the day before, I was going through and I spent quite a bit of time responding to as many as I can, and I don't know, I spent few hours the last couple of days here really trying to do as much as I could responding to questions and concerns and just comments. So many people reaching out and just nice stuff. So yeah, thank you.
Yeah, we just really do appreciate you guys all being here.
Yep.
I mean, this is just what it's about. We love doing live streams. We've been talking about it, and it's like we hadn't done one in a couple years, and now it's been like 3 days or something, and we're like, we want to do another live stream.
To do a live stream, right?
So it's kind of like super fun for us too.
Yeah.
It's a great way, I feel like, to connect better. Like I feel like we both really enjoy it.
Yeah.
So we just So thank you guys for all being here.
Yeah, definitely. One last side note here.
Important.
This note, remember this from the live stream, what day was that? Tuesday. Like Tuesday, we did a live stream talking about this letter. Go back and watch that if you haven't seen it yet, which, by the way, edits are throwing down. So we have a couple edits we're throwing into this, and we'll bring you the final draft here very soon. So stay tuned for that. But the last live stream we did, it was on Tuesday, so a few days ago. Make sure to go back and watch that and listen to this letter. Pretty good. And also, leave your feedback, please. Leave your feedback on that video. Let us know what you think we should change on it. There was a lot of good feedback at the time when we shared with, for those of you that were on that live stream, and a lot of good comments coming in as well. So, yeah, good stuff. It was the last live stream a couple days ago. It's titled something like, I don't know, Here It Is or something. I don't know. Check that one out, though. Good stuff. The letter's in there. You'll get to see exactly what we said. So, all right, any final thoughts, things like that? So,
just honestly, the kindness that is in these
Thank you, everyone.
comments are so nice. I'll read these to Matt when we
Which, by the way, can you believe November? Like, seriously, November 3rd already. What's going on, everybody, right? Crazy.
I know.
Seriously. It's nuts. Where does all this time go, right? So, I don't know. A lot of stuff going on here, so...
Super quick, Patty Lowry, you can be on SSI and SSDI at the same time.
True. Yep. It's called concurrent claims. Oh. Yes. Truth story. You can. Concurrent claims. Yes. Look it up. I do have dedicated videos here on the channel as well talking about both of those. So if you want to know, it's been probably a year since I talked about it last. But yes, true. Patty, you are correct. 100% correct. Yes.
Sometimes Matt he's like concurrent claims. And I'm like,
I know.
You're just full of knowledge.
I know.
Sometimes.
I have to remember this stuff.
It's just so cool.
I know. I need to remember it because I can't just
stuff.
I can't just reference something, so I have to remember this stuff.
Yeah.
But then when Corey tells me something, I'm like, wait, did you just tell me something? Wash the dishes.
He
I'm
can
like,
remember concurrent claims, but
do the laundry. Wait, what did you just say?
I know.
I forgot.
I know. I'm like,
clean. What?
I know, it's crazy. It's just, yeah.
I don't know what that means.
Not the best listener I ever met in my whole life.
Yep. Maybe I don't follow through with what I'm told to do. So
at home,
yeah,
but not here. Not
here.
Yeah,
no, I do everything.
Priorities.
Just kidding. I actually try to do my best around here. So
yeah,
anyway.
No, he really does. He's great.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna leave it at that. Happy Friday, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Hope you have a great weekend. Also, stay tuned. A lot more videos coming up here. I have some interesting things I want to share with you. I've been digging up some pretty interesting stuff lately. I'm gonna bring it to you in some future videos here. But either way, I guarantee it, it's gonna be busy. Either way, I'll continue to be here for you, right by your side. Again, subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Stay tuned. Check out that video from earlier today. You can see the article, how they're talking about a 20% COLA now. Check out the last live stream from a couple days ago. We shared with you the letter. I just showed you here the letter. Check out that. And that's about it.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
Have
good.
a nice day.
Thank
Have
you
a
guys
nice
so much. We really appreciate you being here.
I'll see you again tomorrow morning, bright and early, every day. All right. Enjoy, everybody. Thanks again for being here. Really appreciate it. Subscribe. Thank you. We really appreciate you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All right. Enjoy. See ya.